selection. Do you do anything different that you would do for a game this weekend as you would for any other game?
Yeah, look, we've been obviously had an eye on next year, all through our, my tenure thus far. I think what are we in, about 40 games. So, everything we do is done with the ultimate goal in mind. So we pick a side that's obviously going to win now, but also a side that we think is going to take us forward come season 2012 and beyond. So that's a constant battle as a coach, especially a coach of a developing side. We've definitely got some players that we'd love to get games into, but we've also got to realise that we want to win every game we possibly can also. So look, it's a constant battle and something we've managed reasonably well all year.
Is there an element right at this point of time of, I guess, turning over the last vestiges of the list to see what you have?
Yeah, look, we've only got I think we've got between 26 and 28 players to pick from, mate. So there's not many avenues down that path. The majority of our players are playing, and there's obviously some guys that are injured now for the majority of the year. So look, we've probably got 3 or 4 guys that we can pick from in reserve. So they'll get their opportunity at some stage.
Damien, the trip to Perth can flatten a few sides. Sides often struggle to bounce back, and the boys bounced up after the trip.
Yeah, I think so. I think we. Look, as a whole, it was obviously we were really disappointed with the result. The last quarter we faded away, but for 3 quarters we competed pretty hard. There's a number of things that we worked on that came out okay. Look, obviously that last quarter was really disappointing, and I think our group has been resilient as always, and will come back and look to play some good footy on Sunday.
The Swans, I suppose, are such an amazingly consistent side. Is that the sort of team you use as like a role model for your side?
Yeah, very much so. Look, they're a side that doesn't ever bottom out. They're always competitive, and they recruit very well, they trade very well, and they've done some remarkable things with some players. So look, they're a club that there is no doubt we aspire to be. They're continued final performers, on the big stage. So they're a side that we really enjoy playing. We went down by about 10 points earlier in the year. We beat them last year, so it's certainly a challenge for us. We're very much looking forward to.
Do you take heart from that win last year at the same ground, and also given the fact that the Swans' record at the MCG probably isn't as good as what it is at other grounds?
Oh, listen, we always take stock of our previous performances, and we seem to go reasonably well against them. Even the last quarter, the time we played them up at the SCG last time, we're sort of coming home with a wet sail, but time got the better of us. Granted, the Swans had a number of scoring opportunities they didn't take earlier in the game, but we played reasonably well. So we're just looking forward to the challenge. They're obviously a terrific side. That game on was a Saturday night against the Bombers was an outstanding footy game. The intensity was right up. So we're hoping to match them in that area and come out on top.
Brett Deledio said yesterday that he believes the club has achieved its expectations from the pre-season. Would you agree with that assessment?
Look, it's hard to say. Wins and losses are the easy thing. Look, obviously we'd love to be more wins. The reality is we drop games against certain sides that we should have won, and there's other times we've been in a winnable position that we quite haven't got over the line. So there's a number of areas we've achieved. We've found certain players that have come on, Vickery, Rance, these types. The further development of Cochin as a leader, those type of things. So there's certain things that you can't actually measure that are taken away from the win-loss column. So we've still got a long way to go, believe me, and we know that. We're under no illusions that we've got a fair amount of ground to make up on the top 4 to 6 sides. So, West Coast being one of those last week. So we've improved in a number of areas. We still realise we've got a fair way to go.
That said, is it still important to eclipse those 6 wins of last year?
Yeah, look, we go into every game thinking we can win. There's no doubt. Like, the players, to their credit, turn up every week with the same attitude, looking to win a game of footy, and the coach is the same. So regardless of how the result pans out last week, we go in every game thinking we can win this week.
What's the latest with your injuries, most notably Chris Newman and Damien Jackson?
Yeah, look, Jackson's a chance to play, which is a great result. The scan came back all clear, which is we obviously thought he was out for the year when he went down, and Chris, we're still touch and go to see whether he can make it back for the remainder of the year.